Ew. And we're live under the crescent moon of the High Priestess. I am the High Priestess Phoenix, your spiritual healer, teacher, shaman, seer, oracle, lightworker, starseed, earth angel, mystic, medium, psychic, witch, yogi, guru, evangelist, North American Sybil, messenger of God, the first child of God, that would be me, the Lilith reincarnated. And the crowd goes wild. Who did you let into the room? Just kidding. In order to keep up with me, you would have to see all my rant and raving videos today. What the fuck was that? That was the Lilith. I told that to the only person that really matters, that needed an explanation, and does not need an explanation, that I choose to explain myself to. It's like, I'm being a Lilith. What happened? It's very simplistic. Actually, let me see if I can find the cards that describe that. When you get pushed with new light from inside, and I told you it was my solar plexus, I'm sick as fuck. With that being said, I'm very gassy. I'm drinking a lot of ginger ale. I have to do this because my stomach hurts, so if you hear me burping, it's part of the healing process. Apologies, but I'm in a healing stage right now. Anyway, so what happens? Well, when you get filled with all kinds of light, it pushes all the darkness to the fucking surface, right? So it's described in a lot of my, and let me see if I can find those. It's described in my Black Moon Lilith, the alchemy, the stages of the magnum opus. I just found them right here. Let's see. Where am I? Fucking putrefaction is what that is. I even have a fucking fever and everything. I was just curled up under a blanket, just a fan blowing in my face, like I'm dying. I'm dying. Really? Kinda. She's got like some kind of head cold, so I would say hers is literally, because she can't hear and shit, hers is her third eye opening. My son, he doesn't really talk much. What? So we're all going through some shit. Now, let me see. I'm trying to get to the stages and gates and shit. Key terms and, no, here we go. Okay, decay, death, and rotting away describes the putrefaction stage. While it may sound morbid, this is when remaining internal dark energies rise to the surface. Shadows of the soul are visible, causing difficult emotions. As stated by psychoanalyst Carl Jung and psychology and alchemy, this is where we purge the darkness of our minds. Okay, what happened to me today? I woke up and I just wanted to punch the world in the face. Marcia, you know how that feels? Oh, he does. Amelia, can you turn on the fan? I got a fever. I'm hot. Fuck. Anyways, it's, you know, you're filled with so much light and it pushes all the darkness to the surface so that you can heal it. And that's usually what happens on a Friday. Something will trigger you and push it. But I understood what was happening from the inside because it was my solar plexus, which is, you know, your light. I felt it all. That's where my body was acting up from. Right? And I could feel it. And you could see it in my videos, which is your God complex. Right? It was all pushing out. What did you see today? Fucking Lilith. It happens, bro. I have had this feeling inside of me since the beginning of time, and that's why I'm here to overcome these feelings and heal them. But Lilith hates humanity. She has no desire to be part of it. She just wants to fucking, you know, watch them burn. Who's Lilith? I'm Lilith. But I'm not just Lilith. That was my first incarnation, my first expression of being part of this world. I fucking hated it. I became better, I guess, at it, as you say, Isis. I mean, Medusa? No, I hated him again for that. The fuck did you do? Hey, I saw a cool-ass meme about Medusa today. It was the coolest. I wanted to fucking take it, and I don't know why I didn't, because I took it in my head. So, what is it? Making guys hard since 700 BC. Maybe it was CE. I don't know. I love that joke. But in the essence, no, I didn't love all my lives. Fucking life sucks. You'd be really mad at God that you're fucking here in this fucking life. Do you feel that? Oh, okay. Well, we're entering a different stage. Maybe you've never felt that way about your life. Okay? Well, we're going to enter that part of our life where we really just hate life. We just got to be honest about it. I fucking hate you fucking people. I cannot fucking stand you people. You know what I mean? And that's what I told you, like, yesterday. When I'm being kind and all that beautiful, you know, Queen of Cupsy shit and that Empress shit, that is my healing, bro, that you can see being exhibited, dude. That is how far I've come. But on a day like today, you're like, damn. Looks a little sad, but it's not, because it's just in there, and I get really frustrated about it. The last one, you know, I've had a couple of these where the Lilith takes over, and it's an absolute shitfest. The one at the hotel, where I refused to go outside, I knew what he wanted me to do this year. It was about January. He started showing me pictures of my calling. I got all fucking pissed off and fuck you. Alright, he did it again. I do it, bro. I rebel against God and my callings. Last night in our... was it last night? Bitch, it was today. That's how fucking time, I don't even know what day it is. We did our 10-day reading, and it said that you were going to, you know, step into your calling and in your calling. Well, again, my calling called from inside of me, and it blew out all my fucking rebellion and all my sickness and all... It's not sickness, it's just how I feel. My darkness, my shadow. It's a part of me that you might not know exists, but I tell you all the time, motherfuckers. All the fucking time, who the fuck I am. It's the other side of me, but my most powerful side, and what I was created as. I was created as a shadow version of what you're seeing now. What you see now, all this light in me, is the work I've done. But I'm still Lilith. And I had these, you know, then there was that morning I woke up. It was a Thursday too, I think. I woke up with Bobby on my mind. I went crazy on God. Not to fucking day, dude. You motherfucker. I can't fucking stand you. And I have gone crazy. Then there was that other Saturday when I went crazy. It's coming up a lot more. Why? Because so I can heal it, reveal it and heal it. You're like, damn, you really get crazy and push everyone away. Oh, yeah, I do. Oh, yeah, I do. I've been doing that since the beginning. But there, you know, that's it. It's like, how far will you go? I don't know. I mean, is there a limit? No. There was no limit to Lilith. I limit myself in the sense of... So, yeah, it was a Lilith day. And that's it. I just, you know, you're dealing with the Lilith. And that's what comes to the surface, you know? You put all this light inside and all the darkness comes to the surface. It's like a... what do they call that? A blood transplant. Oh, I mean, or something else. Blood transfusion. That's what I was looking for. Like dialysis and shit. All the icky stuff. But ultimately, yeah. At the core of me, I don't want to do this. And I hate this life. And I hate these people. This is the core of my being, is hate. Loathsome. Disgust. Vile. Filth. Is how I've always seen the humans. You're beneath me. You're filth. And you saw all that in my videos. That was my God complex. That was my solar plexus. The shadow side of how powerful I am is, you know, how puny you are. It comes out. And that's why what I do is so victorious. Because I can turn those feelings off and go still be the warrior goddess. Despite who I'm fighting for. Because it's just about my relationship with God. But in essence, it's like, you know, again, prideful, if you will. Like and that's the whole flip. It's like you're on mankind's side. Just this time, bro. Yeah. But in essence, no. In all of my other, other than, you know, maybe Medusa, I can't think of too many other ones where I was just hateful towards man, and that was only men. As the goddess, you know what I mean, we were always caring, and I was always caring and guiding towards mankind. But, you know, I was, you know, even as Kelly, selective. As Morgan, I decided which ones lived, which ones walked off the fucking, you know what I mean, which ones walked off the court. And big shout out to Kobe Bryant. I love you. I love you, bro. That's all I said. I love you. I motherfucking love you. I love you. I love you. What did I tell him to do? I said, go fucking nick them motherfuckers right where it hurts. Right? Fuck them. Fuck you. That was fun. So I posted that. Kobe Bryant went and fucking made sure that Russ and his little girlfriend had to sit down and shut the fuck up. Right? In the essence, can we determine who wins? Oh yeah. Do I know who wins it? I always do. But it doesn't matter. It really doesn't matter. And that's what it is, you know, you never knew Kobe. You never knew him truly. In essence, you know, he's he's my guide and my leader. Well, if I send him to a ball game like I did last week, you know what I mean, for the Nuggets to go out looking good, why wouldn't he go and show up at this game? Yeah, that was fun. The next thing I did is I got Royce. Royce wanted to share some shit about Buddha. I was like, you will find no peace in this life, you washed up fucking rapper. You will find no peace in this life. None. Why? Just like Kanye, just like the rest of you. Because you're refusing God's calling on your life. Rest in piss, Ryan. That's what I told him in the fucking post. In the essence, it's like, bitch, you bitches. If I can sit here and do this and come back from hell and do this, you can't even redeem yourself and walk in your fucking calling and power? You bitches. Couple of bitches. There's not a couple. 12 plus 2 bitches is what I'm dealing with. Where are you at in your healing? Where are you at in your memories and in your feelings? Why haven't you took off your fucking flesh yet? Oh, because you're still trying to puff it up? Rest in piss. You'll get no peace. And I love that. Fucking Russ posted it at the beginning. He just got back and he was in his studio. Back to work, bitch. Push the boulder. Because as I said in my earlier video, this album's done. You don't know how time works. Nothing's going to change in the next couple of months. You've done nothing to make anything happen. It's your energy, Nika. You have a no good energy, so no good comes to you. When are you guys going to understand how your energy is what your life determines? And anybody that goes in Russ's energy is going to fail. That's guaranteed. I told you that. So in essence, you know, him rooting for the Pacers guarantees the Pacers will fail. With or without Kobe. Anybody that's friends with that nigga is going to fail. He is a failure energy. Anybody that vibrates on that failure ass mentality already is in a failure energy, bro. It actually doesn't have much to do with him. It's just identifiable factors. Like attracts like. So anybody that likes him is a failure like him, and you can't expect anything better out of them than you would him because they're all alike. Failures. Lovely, isn't it? Yeah, you might want to stay away from that guy. Or at least do the healing to where you don't actually think like a person like that. Because it's called low vibrational. One-dimensional. Anyway, so going back to I am being a Lilith. What is it? God filled me with all kinds of light, and it pushed all my darkness to the surface. My true essence, which is, I hate you. Can I overcome that? Yeah. But it will come to the surface. As much as, you know what I mean? As much as my pain. And that's what you're supposed to identify as your shadows. There's a huge part of you that you try to hide. I didn't hide it. I let that shit come out all day. I think I made 4 videos of fuck you, fuck you, fuck you, and I'm out. I'm sure I told you how I felt today. Now, in the great words of Bobby, there's one thing I know about you is your feelings always change. Why is that? Because I spend time on my feelings, understanding why I feel this way, and I go to the source of where it came from. And I eliminate that reason to feel such ways. Now, when it comes to this, they've had to hold me down and tell me I cannot fix this in one day. This is a fucking block of ice that I have to chisel away little by little. Blowing fire on it, breathing on it, sitting on it. It is the biggest block of ice. And nobody can help me. I just gotta sit with this motherfucking coldness. And you know what I mean? Blow my fire on it, all my feelings. Because in the essence, I take in a lot of dirt. I take in a lot of heat. You know what I mean? As the alchemist, I'm taking in nothing but darkness all the time, and I'm putting out light. But there's a residualness to this. And that's where you'll see it. It's like, motherfuckers done did me dirty since forever. Die, motherfucker. That's okay. That's the residualness of the alchemy. That's that leftover dust that's coming to the top. And as I said to, you know who I said, I was like, whether I'm being Lisa or Lilith, these feelings are at the core of where I sit. I have every reason to be hateful to people, as long as I don't stay hateful, and I understand why I'm hateful, and where it comes from, and why it might be popping up that I've become hateful again. So I answer all those questions. But am I hateful at a core? Is there a core part of me that's quite hateful? Oh, more hateful than you could ever imagine. I hate you more than you could ever hate anyone. I hate God more than you ever could have. I am the definition of hate. I don't believe that Lucifer had any of that. He had rebellion, and that's what called him to me. But he didn't have the power of the feelings as I did. And that's why hell known no fury like a woman's scorn. He bowed to me, and if he didn't, then why would I have been with him? Same with Shiva. If he didn't bow to me, I wouldn't have been with him. Same with Osiris. If he didn't bow to me, I wouldn't have been with him. I am the all-powerful goddess. If a man didn't recognize that and treat me as the goddess and bow to my power, I would have never been with him. Know that. So all of you that seem to exert your power on Lisa, you're fucking with Lilith, and you have no power, is what came out again today. All of these things that lie deep within us, that Carl Jung says, the shadow that we repress, the parts of us that we really truly feel but people deem as evil. You have every reason to hate life, the people in it, God, and the things you've been through. You have no fucking right to be hateful because of it. You're entitled to have your feelings, but you have no right to project them out to everyone else. And that's the lesson I must learn, and we all must learn. And that's what happens when you act up and they sit down with you and look at what you've done. And that's any psychologist or caring parent or elder or ancestor. Look, I get where you were coming from. You are justified in those feelings, but you're not allowed to act like this. And I tell my daughter that all the time, bro. I know he's fucking pissing you off, bro, but you are not allowed to do this. Why? It's an ultimate rule. They're God's children, whether it's her brother, a kid on the street, or anybody else. We're not allowed to treat them like they treat us. Otherwise, we're no better, bro. And that's where our pain and anger comes from, is because of how they've treated us. So if we take what they've given us and just give it back to other people, then we're the problem. But let's be honest, bro. All love and light, it still resonates deep down within what we've been through. And on some times and some days, you have to let that feeling out too. All of your feelings are very important because they're attached to your life experiences. You have to let them breathe and understand what they are. I have to have days where I'm allowed to be hateful towards my job and what I do, because that's who I am. I have to allow myself to be who I am and not deny that this is who I am. And the more I allow it to be free, the less it'll be so blunt when it needs to be heard. Do you know what I mean? In the sense of, you keep a part of you hidden, like this hateful part of me, and then when I come out, I'm super hateful. It's not like I'm trying to hide that I'm hateful. But again, why did it come out so hard? Because he filled me with all kinds of light. So here comes, it pushes all the darkness out. And then it's again, you know, the more we visit this, the more we'll get better at it. How hateful were you this time opposed to last time? How bad did Lilith act this time opposed to last time? And again, you know, go back to Monday. Kobe was at me with fucking Russ, talking about, you know, treat him right. Alright, I did it. Then I get a reward that blows all my darkness back out. It's like, and that's what it says, is like, it looks like you know, you take one step forward. Man, I passed one hell of a test on Monday, only to be here on Thursday looking like I never could ever have passed that test, hating on everybody and everything. Because now we're back to because you passed that level, but now you got other levels to go back and pass. Pass me the ball, motherfucker. And that's fucking Kobe, dude. He'll have me up. I mean, he did the work today, but I mean, he'll have me up dealing with this until it's gone. And that's also it, dude. I can't sit here and spend my whole life trying to figure out Lilith in 1 day, 1 week, 1 year. I will figure out Lilith throughout this whole life. But along with Lilith, I've got Callie, I've got Isis, I got Morgan, I got Kanyin, I got Saradwin, I got Hecate, I got all of them pouring in love, understanding, compassion, forgiveness, and kindness into Lilith while she's growing, which is me. As I'm doing this and I'm growing through this, I've got my higher selves, the parts of me that already know better, are here helping me be better. All of these parts of me had gotten so wise, but they still lacked, wholeness. And those are the dark goddesses. The dark goddesses didn't fully incorporate their darkness to ascend to the light. So now I'm solving the karma, if you will, of all of my dark goddess traits. And I teach you, because I swear to you, all of these traits that I was in all of these times lie all within your divine feminine energy. Because you have God and Goddess. I am God's goddess. I was majoritively all the dark goddess. It doesn't mean that the light goddesses that you read of, Aphrodite and, all these, blah, 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 Parvati and all of them, Shekinah, that they're separate from me. They are just not the identities that I am working through now. Do you understand that? He took me as the archetype, just as himself. Here we go. Oh, and we got a little flower. This goes with hell. I just want to know. You know that? Just like himself, right? He's whole. And then he fragments himself into 1,000,000 fragments. And that's God and Goddess. And all of these little fragments of God, whether it be Buddha, Melchizedek, Krishna, Vishnu, all of them, and the dark gods, all lie within you. All those little fragments of everything you ever made lies within you. All the fragments of the goddess lie within you. But because we are in the dark times and we are cleaning up karma, we are dealing with most of our dark sides. It's not that we haven't lived in the light, but we're here to clean up the dark. So all of our darkness of our past lives is being played out in this life, right? So we clean up one only to go to another side. You know what I mean? Until we're all the way polished off and whole again, right? So that's what's interesting, and I dropped it and it rolled away and it's invisible on the carpet. Damn it. Oh, I see it. Okay. That's why it's important to know all aspects of God and Goddess, to know what the fuck is inside of you. What powers you have inside of you, where you need to work on, what's going on. Now, if you want to go into Vedic astrology, you can do that with nothing more than your planet or your birth chart. Using Vedic astrology to break down exactly, that's your Akashic record if you want. What you accomplished in your lives before and what you're here to do in this life. As you start doing your life's callings, you start getting your remembrance back. As you start walking through your karma, bro, and breaking yourself out of your flesh, you start walking in your spirit's knowing. And then like me, you're your spirit stuck in the flesh. Ugh. And it's on days like this I can't escape. I have to sit in the flesh. Just like you guys. I have to be in my, in my spirit. And that was in the 10-day forecast too. The emotions. Oh, God. I'm stuck in Lisa's body again. For 55 years. And you heard that come out. There's nothing wrong with any of your feelings. It's just understanding what they are, where they come from, and what work needs to be done. What do I need as Lilith? You know what I mean? And what does Lilith want? What did I express? Solitude. Isolation. It's hard to believe in a world that's so codependent. But I learned to live happily all alone. I could shapeshift into, you know what I mean? And that's where I went through the whole tree of life. But ultimately, it was never, and that's why Lilith was always the outcast. Because she never fit in. She could, and that's it. I could fuck around on Earth and, you know, find something to do with myself. I could fuck around anywhere. I could make friends and family anywhere, but I just didn't want to be anywhere. I just wanted to be left alone, hidden in the darkness. That's what I've always wanted, is solitude, isolation. That hermit feeling of you, that moon, that part of you that wants to be alone, all by yourself and your feelings, that's me. That's how I am. That's what I was created of. So when I'm back in my natural, you know, in this particular form, that's all I want. I just want to get away from the world and anybody in it. And I have all the reasons of why. And I'm screaming at God to get me off of this world, to get me away from this world and these people. Why? Because he took my wings. Imagine. In the beginning, I was able to. I just flew away. He couldn't keep me here. I don't know why Adam couldn't and Eve couldn't. Why they stayed on the ground. Why they, you know, did what he said. And that's why I came and was like, did you know? I didn't challenge God's authority. I knew it and what he had put inside of me. And that's what was the abomination, is that he made me so powerful, and I took all that power and ran away with it. And when I did use it, I used it against others. Sounds like a witch, right? Right? Sounds like a witch. Learn how to be magical and then run away into the woods, and you only use it to harm others, to protect yourself and harm others. Medusa, Baba Yaga. It's a core of my nature, but you must understand that it's in your nature, because he made me first. And I went through the exploration of this first. So as, you know, Adam and Eve are living their little goofy ass life, and they're writing books and telling you all their stories, I was still there too, doing things that were not of this world, that were not of God's plan, that were outside of what he planned for me, and I did whatever. I pushed the limits until he would interfere and push me back, I don't know, cast me to the Red Sea, weird shit like that, cast me out. You know what? You know what, God? Shut up. In the essence, like, oh God, here's God, he's here again. That was at Chris's house. Oh God, he's found me. What do you mean he's found? I don't know. When he speaks, it's over. And the only thing worse than him speaking is Gabriel. Shut the fuck up, Gabriel! I'm trying to listen to God. Sorry, guys. That's who I am. So, with that being said, I'm going to pull out my dark cards that I normally pull out on a Friday, because I'm in that dark-ass, Friday-ass, dirty-ass, funky-ass energy. I'm about to give it to you. Maybe I'll be in a better energy tomorrow, or we'll just go deeper and darker into tomorrow's energy. How do you feel about it? It's what we do on the weekends. Are you ashamed? I'm not ashamed. I'm not ashamed. I mean, I looked kind of bad walking through the freaking... I had to tell myself I'm sick. I almost wanted to write a fucking on my forehead, I'm sick. Because there's like people that normally see me throughout the day and I look real good. Not really, but they've seen me after I've taken a shower. They don't see me part of the morning people where I'm like, you know, looking not so good. And it's like fucking 5 o'clock, dude, and I'm coming out looking not so good in some jammy looking shit. Carrying a fucking cup of fucking soda. Looking super ghetto-fied. Oh my gosh. I'm hearing nappy roots. All my life been poor, but it really don't matter no more. Good song, good song, good song. Anyways, I was looking kind of rough around the edges, and I'm like, fuck, I'm feeling really rough around the edges. Don't look at me. Why do I have to be around people when I don't feel like being around people? Isn't that the worst? And then I went to fucking Target. That is like the most bougie shit. You might as well just go to the mall, right? Man, I was trying to be a good mom. I ended up being a whole fuck. Dude, I lit that bitch up. For real. I told my son I had to get in a fight with a woman over his bag of chips. He's like, what does that mean? I said, nothing. I act like an idiot out there. I told her my true feelings, and I don't regret it. But at the same time, as if I would have had, you know, been feeling better, I would have not, I don't know. And that's where you act up and you're like, are you embarrassed for yourself? I mean, my daughter might be.
Did I just read that?
Yeah, she did. And whenever I act, people know. They just go the other way. Like, get out of here. It's about to get ugly. And the sense of, do I regret my behavior? I want to, because I know people were watching me. But when I realized that Lilith was doing the right thing and, you know, how stupid that bitch was, I don't regret it. Nobody else would have told that bitch. She's a dumb bitch. I hope she's drunk right now on that feeling. In the essence, I don't care. I do, but I don't. I do because of my kids. If they tell me I can't go back to Target, well, fuck you. This is a ghetto-ass Target anyways. I don't even like Target. Your prices are blown up. In the essence, it's like, you getting 86 at a Target for talking to that lady like that, was that worth it? I feel like it was worth it. I feel like there's a whole nother store. I feel like I did a justice for those children, and hopefully one day they'll have a bowl of cereal. Was it that serious? It never really is to anybody else, but when I think things are serious and I feel like I'm fighting for something worth fighting for, I'm going to put up a fight. I'm going to get my point across. I know it sounds extremely petty to you, but my heart was in the right place. They were beautiful young kids, and they were, oh man, she had them all. His fucking top button was done. He had that fucked up ass, you know, pick on him type haircut and shit. These kids. And she's all fucking tatted up, dude. She's got these sleeved up tats on her arms, and she's dressed up as, you know, Miss Prissy bitch, over tanned, you know what I mean? All this. And she's telling her fucking kids, bro, they can't have sugar. I'm looking at you, you fucking hypocrite bitch. In the essence, bro, I see a lot of shit like this morning, bro. Like, I don't feel like it's fair, bro. It's not fair that the kids have to fucking, you know what I mean, have to pay for the sins of the fathers and the mothers, bro. I don't think it's fucking fair that the kids can't be kids because the parents want to be, you know, show-offs. I don't think it's fucking cool what fucking Beyonce is doing with her kids out there like that. You're a bitch-ass mother, bro. If you had to work because you gotta work, fine. But let them be kids, bro. You're making them perform. You've got performing fucking monkeys out there, Kanye West. You know what I mean? Like, I don't think it's cool, bro. I don't think it's cool, bro. Same thing with Bridge Fit. You're fucking denying your kids a real life. You're keeping them in a bubble, a fake-ass world that doesn't exist. When they go to school, real school, unless you put them in a private one, because you're privately fucking, you're raising them in a protective bubble of bullshit. They'll come out of that bubble and they'll be ignorant and they'll get fucked up by the real world, dude. They'll have no fucking, it's not about street knowledge, it's just worldly fucking understanding. You guys literally want to protect your children from the real world, and then they have no real world experience and the real world eats them up. Who the fuck is going to feed your kids the shit you feed them, Bridge Fit? Are you going to homeschool them because they're not allowed to be in, you know, you're afraid of fucking school shootings, they're not allowed to socialize and shit? You can't let nobody in? Nobody's allowed in your lives? You're trying to create this perfect bubble life? Bubble wrap everything? Make sure they have the perfect diets, and you got to check your fucking glucose all the time and watch for canceristic fucking things in cans and shit? You are the most fearful bitch I've ever seen. And the fact that your husband doesn't put a muzzle on you is hilarious. You just, you know, this is a faithful man. She's afraid of everything. She's afraid of the world outside of her. She lives on a fucking farm in Tennessee. What the fuck is wrong with you people? Do you not know the real world? Because it'll come to you. You can't hide in your little towns and in your little fucking villages. Your little fucking secured gates. You have to come back out into our real world. And we're going to eat you up, bitches. We're going to eat bitches up like that. That's what I saw, is a bitch like you that hides in a fucking gated community. That treats her kids like they're fucking like that. I'm going to eat you up, bitch. And I'm gonna feed your kids chocolate when you're not looking, bitch. They're gonna love me. I'm gonna get them fucking fluffy toys and shit. Let them touch animals that you're allergic to, bitch. In the essence, that's how it all goes down. Is like, you know, you're projecting, fucking cunt. Don't tell me she don't put no sugar in her fucking coffee. And that's what it is. It's like, you acted kind of foul right there. It was a foul ball. But it was a home run, bro, so fuck it. Fuck it. Did you catch that on camera? Was everybody watching? Ha ha! And that was when I sat there and told that other lady to stop yelling at her kid. Dude, this one was scary. I was sure this bitch was gonna come handle me. I was sure she was gonna come handle me, bro. When she came up to my car, okay, first she didn't do it the first time, but then I'm packing up my car at the hotel, and I'm sure she's gonna, I'm like, she's too close now, I'm fucked. Oh, fuck. She's gonna fucking put hands on you for telling her she was a bad mother and not to talk to her kid like that. She came up to me, she grabbed me by my hand, she kissed my hand and dropped to her knees and said, "You were right, forgive me." I didn't expect that. I thought this woman was gonna put hands on me. Not those kind of hands. I wasn't expecting it. But in the essence, I mean, you got the Lilith. You didn't get the Kanyen this time, but you still caught that healing, bro. The message was good. The delivery, maybe not so much. We'll work on that delivery. But no, I knew I was going to get her the second I heard her, bro. I was like, oh, that bitch, I should have got that bitch. Because I walked past her, and we went to the fucking chips. Then we had to go back, and I saw her again. My daughter dipped. So I started talking to shit at her at the fucking, in the food aisle, in the produce. And she grabbed her kids and left. And then I was looking for my kid. I'm like, where the fuck are you? She fucking walks up, and as we're walking up to go pay, here's this bitch pulling out her fucking liquor bottle. Oh, fuck. All in front of everyone? In front of everyone, bro. In front of everyone, bro. And outside of the car, bro. You did her dirty like that? I did the bitch dirty, bro. Why you do her like that? For the kids? I don't know. I could tell you where it came from. I just did, bitch. I just did. Is that appropriate human behavior? Nah, not so much. Am I going to let you condemn me for it? No. You know, the only thing that makes me feel bad is my daughter was there. I don't want her to be condemned for my actions. I don't feel it's fair that she has to fucking pay for my sins. So I spend a lot of time fixing my sinful life and my sinful ways and teaching her not to be like me. Or to be like me, whichever way it looks. Anyways, so we're going to pick up in my Dark and Dangerous. We're being kind of Dark and Dangerous. We haven't picked these up for a minute. We're just going in order because they're brand new. You heard a kitty? Okay, that's somebody's video I hear. Alright, we're on number 18. Reciprocity. Charian. I'm just looking at the keys and stuff. These are new cards. I was very excited about getting these. I had manifested them for over 6 to 8 months. I had seen them, not told anyone I wanted them. I just kept wanting them. Took a picture in my phone, waited, and I got them. So I'm really interested in these cards. I see the pillars of the ancient tombs. I see all the keys. But I also see, you know, this would be like the 6 of... I don't know. There's so much in that picture. I'm just enjoying the artwork because that's what it is in the pictorial. It's the transition, obviously, taking the boat. Full of light, but also with the sword in hand. So it's all, you know, if you read light codes with me, it's a whole language, it's a whole sentence within itself before we read what they wrote. It's beautiful. We're going through it. No. Alright, let's see. I turned right to it. Page 57. Alright, you must find balance in acts of giving and receiving. That's exactly what came up earlier in our 10-day forecast, bro. It was talking about possessions and sharing. Alright? In all ways, but in particular in your give and take with the earth. You must learn to reciprocate. Duality, giving and receiving, acceptance and rejection. Ooh, these are Ben themes. Alright, when someone died in ancient Greece or Rome, a coin was placed either in their mouth, in the mouth of the dead, or upon their eyes. This was an important part of the ritual of death, because without coins, yep, I saw it, the ferryman. And then I brought you Azrael the day before. He's considered the ferryman, the in-between. Without coins, the recently departed would not pay the ferryman. Charon was the ferryman of Hades. Oh my god, Becky. The son of Erebus and Nyx. Oh my god, Becky! What? I was Nyx. His responsibility was to ferry the souls of the dead over the rivers of death, so he is what is called a psychopomp, a guide of the dead. The two rivers he worked were the Styx and sometimes the Acreon, the river of sorrow. These rivers separated the worlds of the dead and the living, so that it was important that the newly dead were able to journey across safely. Also, Charon ensured that no dead traveling back the other way. Charon was also responsible for ferrying certain heroes and gods who were alive and had a task within the underworld. For example, Odysseus, Orpheus, Hercules, Dionysus, and Sisyphus all were ferried by Charon, but were not dead. This is an inherently dangerous journey for the living, with many perils, including falling into the waters themselves. Stop there. We started yesterday with you're taking the journey of the dark night of the soul. Dante's journey starts in the same way. This is how it starts. It's the transition, the Six of Swords. Close the door, please.
What?
Close the door, please. He's being loud in my video.
He better $0.
Okay. So this is warning you about it. As far as the waters, I told you that Ron will pull you into the water. That was part of our earlier teaching too. The waters are what? Your emotions. Let's see, the smaller, blah, blah, blah. This is how Achilles became almost immortal after his mother dipped him in the Styx. All except the heel that she held him by. That small exclusion was his downfall, and he was shot by an arrow in that spot. What happened if the ferryman wasn't paid? Some myths say that the souls were left wandering indefinitely, but most suggest that there was a 100-year penalty until the soul could come to Charon and be taken across into the realm of the dead. The act of reciprocity, the payment of Charon's labor and care, became an important act in the respectful care of the dead. Your plant companion is the poinsettia, and the crystal companion is the lamar. I don't know what a lamar is, but Nyx comes next. Wow. Who is Nyx? It's another version of me. And what is it? Darkness. Oh. Well, we're transition. We're dying. I told you. What is it? An ego death, hopefully, for most of you. But there are messages that it said that if you lost anybody, that, that they would be... There was a confirmation that they would make it across safely. Imagine if you didn't honor the old ways. Something so simplistic as putting a couple of coins over their eyes before they died. And that's it, tradition. If you didn't honor tradition, it wasn't, you know what I mean? What if you were wrong? Something so simplistic. All of you think that you're getting to heaven, but what if you forgot to pay the ferryman and they never got there because of something so simplistic, because you denied that belief? You believed everything else but that one. You didn't honor this tradition. You honored your tradition. You didn't honor this. You didn't honor that. And the essence is like, your honor, please. All right. Because I saw Dante, we're going to go into Dante's Inferno and see where we are when this boat lands. Boats and hoes. Rock the boat. That's Aaliyah. Okay. Change positions. I know, you in the front, bro. You're gonna catch all the fucking water in front, bro. I'm sitting in the back. Like cool runnings. Okay. Where are we at? In hell. Oh, lovely. The river of blood. Well, isn't that all completely aligned? That's scary as shit. Number 19. Oh my god. Becky, do you say that all the time? All the motherfucking time. I've been saying it for years, bro. For years and years and years. Dante and Virgil travel further into the realm of the violent, to the valley in which souls are trapped in a river of boiling blood. The sinners that were conquerors like Alexander the Great. whose ruthlessness in life had earned them a fitting reward in hell. Ha ha! You get a high tune. Alright. Anyways, divination. Confident command and grim determination may help one rise to the top, but it can take its toll. I told you, my solar plexus is out of control. Which is what? I'm having a serious god complex right now. Why? Because I'm the dark goddess and I hate God. Like, I thought you loved him. I mean, it's a love-hate. It's a duality. You don't understand. You couldn't possibly. That's why you just choose to hate him. For heavy is the head that wears the crown. I know, dude. This is stupid. This card warns against seeking to control all around us. Warns against seeking to control all around us. If we are inflexible or tyrannical in our pursuit of success, yeah, back to work, bitch. We may find our own blood boiling in frustration when things don't bend to our will. It's not your will, it's God's will. Whatever. A lighter touch and a more open mind may be needed at this time. Listen to other voices, as diverse perspectives and opinions may lead to creativity and innovation. Soften your grip on others, and their loyalty will be more genuine. Okay. I took what I needed out of this card. You take what you needed out of this card. In the essence, it's like, one's rise can to the top, but it can take its toll. For the heavy is the head that wears the crown. And that's it. I don't try to control shit. So that's what I mean is, like, you know what I mean? I take what I get out of this, and that's me being, that kind of leader. For the rest of you, yeah, you're inflexible, and you're tyrannical in your pursuit of success. Go on with your bad self. Not me. I'm trying not to do anything. And that makes me feel comfortable. That's what it is. It really pisses you guys off. My success comes from my not wanting that. My repulsion to success is what brings my success. Why? Because I'm not chasing it like you. It's kind of how it works. Alright, we'll just keep going through this whole fucking shindig. Let's see what mirror we're looking at, as if we didn't know. What are these? The Dark Mirrors by Ricardo Minipidi and Laura Sava. They sound cool. They sound like a cool group. Talk to dead people. Talk to dead. They do invocations and weird shit. They do weird shit. Dude, I don't do any of that weird shit. Okay, I did post that yesterday. I had to do the Hecate. It was under the full moon. I don't know which one. They always have one. It was, dude, that was a fucked up one. That was when Bobby came and did all that bullshit. He called me that night, bro, right before the sunset, dude, on some bullshit. Tried to karmic me, and I said no. And then I had to go up and do a whole high priestess ceremony up at the graveyard. That one was a little creepy because I had to brew some shit, and I had brought bones for the animals and stuff, and the coyotes were screaming out there, and it was my first, like, one of my first few. I don't really make them so scary and shit like that. I just go out there. I love to go to the cemeteries or drive past the cemeteries. It's a portal of rest. You're back in the, in the saddle again. But as far as that, yeah, I don't do all that weird shit. I mean, I like candles and shit. It's your perception, I suppose. The kids are always there when I'm doing it. How scary could it possibly be? Oh, here we are. Calling the storm. Oh, yeah, dude, how's the weather? I'm not feeling sorry for that. That's it, too. You know what I mean? That's owning my power. Bro, I'm not going to fucking feel sorry for you because I have the ability to have a cooler summer than you. In essence, cooler meaning all the way around. I'm not going to feel sorry for that, my blessings bring your fucking destruction. My cool weather, me wanting cool weather, is going to destroy your hot girl summer. Well, fuck you. God's favored me. If he cared, you know what I mean? And that's how I feel about it. I said this earlier. It's like, every time the fucking weather report comes in, I have to be all, oh, I'm so sorry, guys. I feel so bad for you. That's a lie. Buckle down. Here it comes. I told California all this shit was going to happen. Well, it hasn't fully. But fuck California. Fuck all of you. They're going to flood you all, dude. Wait till hurricane season's coming. It's coming. I can't wait. That's God. God's glory is these natural disasters. It's beautiful. You wonder why I love him so much. In the essence of, I am not going to feel bad for the fact that he is bringing, showering me with favor like he did through the winter and fucked you guys all up while we're out there in the fucking barbecuing in the sun and you're up there fucking sledding down a fucking frozen mountain. In the essence, I don't care. You chose to live in a shit land. They call it colorful Colorado for a reason. People come here for a reason. Most of the time for a fucking winter season. But we're going to have good summers too, and I don't care where you are and how this affects you. Going into calling in the storm. I'm a weather witch. What you going to do? Call your God and tell him to stop the weather. Do your rain dance or whatever it is you do to get your energy, to get what you need. Go get on your fucking hands and knees. In the essence of, I put your God against mine. Where's your God? It's the same God I pray to. I asked him for cool weather and he shat on you. What does that mean? Think about it. Or don't. Alright, going into this, calling in the storm. The stage is bargaining. Power comes from, not from the inside, but from the connection and integration to a greater whole. And that's it. Going back to all you fake magicians. You think you're all powerful. You're not connected to God, so you have no power. You spend all this time trying to do all these rituals and invocations to connect with a higher source of spirit. Outside of God, of course, I want to point out. You won't just go to God. You won't get on your knees and pray to Jesus, our Savior. You want to go to the dark and ask them to make your skin all powerful. You're stupid. Fucking stupid. Visual seed. A shaman woman, that would be me, my daughter asked me what a shaman is, wears an antler hat dressed in crimson and brown. Crimson. Okay, we'll listen to that song after. And holds her crow-headed staff to the storm. Autumn leaves spiral out of control around her as the whirlwind shakes the world. And it's been in like the 40s, bro. Talk about autumn. That's not spring. That's autumn. It is whoosh. Beautifully cold. Sentence. Pull and release. Push to the limit. The eye is the only peaceful place that can be. Going dark. There is a time to find and release our power. Like a spring that has been compressed to the point and has lost the memory of motion and movement. Yet there is power inside. Finding it is called empowerment. And that's what happened today. I released my power. The Lilith came out with no apologies. It starts from the belief in our power, in our ability to cope, to fight, to endure, to overcome a challenge. However, too often we are encouraged to see empowerment as something that happens only within, in our psychological space. We are not necessarily islands. We can borrow the power of the world around, the context, the environment, the expectations. We do not control the storm, we just call it. To call the storm, we need not fear it. And this is what will make us strong. After the storm, there is always sun. So, if the sky has been gray for too long, it's time not to fear the storm, but embrace it. And that's you getting ready to go into your, into your dark night. Stop running away from your feelings and your thoughts. You're going to need to embrace this storm. It will grow up and devour our chains and our jailers. It will hurt us as well, but it will be healthier than just to stare at a chilly rain. We can restart only after we let ourselves end. Crimson and clover, over and over. That's a really old song, guys. Sorry. How old? I mean, as old as the dirt that I am. Anyways, yeah, you need to let the old you die and embrace this really difficult transformation. I described it yesterday. We are entering it a day early, but there's no time but the present. So, surprise, God has a gift for you. What? The truth shall set you free. You hear all this? It's obnoxious to me, too. Him and his good God jokes. You're being condescending, and I don't like any of it. Me neither. But it's coming out of my mouth, and I have to deal with it, too. Shall we keep going? Ew. There's a good one. Ew. Ew. Look at this guy. Well, at least he's got the moon right. That is exactly the moon that is out in the sky right now. And that looks like more waters. We are in some fucking energy, bro. Fuck. All I do is tell you what it is, and I have to ride my own storms. I can't hold your hand, bro. I'm drowning in my own shit. Fucking thing. This is a self-healing journey. I just take it. I just embrace it and show you how I did it, and I pray to God that you could do it better. Nobody does. Thanks, Nate Dogg. You're not helping my confidence. It's already out of control. That's why I don't need the solar plexus, bro. I am a bad mamma jamma. On number 11, new beginnings. You can't have a new beginning till you end, is what that last sentence was in the other book. Kobe killed you with the 111, huh? Oh, Kobe. I love you, Kobe. I won't love you in the morning. I won't love you in the morning. It's possible. Keywords. Alright, what the fuck is your name? Man and Nan McLure. Alright, we're going to call this dude Mac because, yeah, it looks like Mac Miller. If you mix up all those letters, we get Mac Miller, right? That works for me. Some Mac Miller. That's what we're going to call him. Maybe, unless he turns out dark and dirty, because Mac's not like that at all. Ancestors. Remembrance. Honoring the wisdom of the past. You can't do that until you start walking in your future, douchebags. Alright. Oh, here's how you pronounce his name. Manan McLear. Manan McLear. Well, I was going to call you Mac Miller. I don't know. Is that just... You don't like Mac? Whatever. The Irish sea god. This is why God did this. He's drowning us in our emotions, just like they said. The Irish sea god rises from the waves. He stands in the liminal space and guards the threshold between the worlds. Holding a skull, he stands as a psychopomp. Dude, you guys are so going into hell. Who's there with me? I'll tell you how to get through there. Ushering the spirits of dead from the life to the next. Here goes his name again. Alright. Mana McLear is the guardian of Majmel, and the Plane of Delight, one of the main places within the Irish other worlds. The spirit in the mist at his sides leave behind this world to dwell in the otherworldly realms. Bro, these are so confirmational. You saw that, dude? That's crazy. I bought them at all different times and everything, dude, and I did the shuffle. In the frothy oceans, we can see the shapes of horses. All right, here we go again. Mana McLear owned a magical horse that could travel across both land and sea, running faster than the wind. Like what? Mana, his horse could traverse from one realm to another easily. Divinatory meaning. Mana McLear signals a time to connect to the ancestors. They may be blood ancestors. Well, hold on a second. I need to wash myself with this. I started using this in the very beginning. This is one of the first ones to connect with your ancestors. Really? Yeah. That's what it's for. What do you do with it? You just put a little bit on your hands and you wipe it just like they do. You can also use it to clean your magical tools. I take baths in it. I'll fill up the cup. I'll fill up 3 of these and take a bath in it. This is really good for working with your ancestors. I also have some witch oils for ancestor. I have ancestor witch oil that I got. I don't brew my own oils. But then there's specific, herbs and shit that you can use. All that shit. So the ancestors could be all kinds of them, and that's who I work with, is all kinds of ancestors. Alright, and it smells delicious. It's very delicious. As far as that Florida water, no, that shit smells like fucking Listerine. It's disgusting. I mean, but then I have the fucking rose water over there, and that smells like everybody's grandma, so I don't know. You might not like it. It's very heavy. Come here, Millie. Does this smell too strong to you? It's very strong, dude. When you put it on your hands, like, you smell it for like an hour later. It's very strong. Anyways, okay, alright. May they be blood ancestors or ancestors of the spirit. That's what I told Royce. I was like, you have failed your family and our ancestors. He was a warrior spirit, bro. He was supposed to fight with me. What a loser. He's gonna roll up into a fucking shameful fucking man into a grave. He did nothing with this life. He fought for nothing. He stood for nothing. He meant nothing in this life. That is not what that spirit was made of, dude. That spirit stood for everything. It was made of everything and changed everything in every other life. What a waste of a life. I guess that's your karma, bitch. I really can't believe that God would do that to you. I think you're doing it to yourself. Really? Yeah, I cried about that in Oklahoma. I could not believe he wasn't going to stand in his fucking power and answer his calling. Look at Kanye. How could you fail the fucking calling upon your life like this? You fail your ancestors. You fail your higher self. You fail God. You fail your current family, walking in the pathetic version of yourself that you choose to be in this life. Comfortable with dying. No desire to live is what that means, bro. You're content with dying because you're doing nothing to live a better life. You failed your wife and your children with the life you gave them. The memories, that you're giving them no more memories, nothing better. They are created of what you created, which was what? A stupid rap career. And you were a drunk and a cheater the whole time, doing drugs with Marshall. That's the foundation of your family. You can pretend. You could move them into a new house and take pictures and dress them up as they get older. But let's talk about the foundation of your families. The homes that you created for them. The lives you created and all of their developmental years. You developed them into being this. You failed your families. All of you did. Know that. You fail your ancestors. And that's what I said to my Aunt Pat. I was like, shh. I didn't use the word ancestors. I said our dead family would be ashamed of you. She excommunicated me of the family because of the truth. They are. They stand by my side, and they watch her wither and die in her fucking, her disastrous feelings. How she can't even get out of her chair. Fuck her. She made their lives living hell too with her high standards. Well, you don't look so high to me in your little high chair. Somebody come wipe this bitch's ass. Okay. Anyways, how can you honor their memory? It may be time to listen to the messages you are receiving. Be open to the wisdom of those who have gone before. What lessons can you learn from them? What wounds? And going back to my mother, if I wasn't the Lilith and all forgiving, she wouldn't even have made it to my dog. That bitch was in hell. Because of her ways. She was a selfish, self-loathing, vindictive, prejudiced bitch who abused her children. Neglected her children, all in her pursuit of staying high. If I wouldn't have forgiven her, she wouldn't have even gotten the grace of being reincarnated into my dog. But yes, bitch, you will serve me for the next 20 years by my side. You will be that loyal, loving companion that you were supposed to be. And if you do well, you might be released. If you don't, you'll go right back to hell. Yeah? Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Where are you going after this? What life have you put on yourself for the next? What lessons can you learn from them? What wounds from the past might need healing? It may be time to connect with your ancestors. Mana rules over the ocean and the power of the water. Are you moving with the tides of Mana's water or struggling against them? What does it say? What was the name again? How do you pronounce it? What is your name? Mana McClear. Yeah, I was saying it right. Mana can also represent journeying to the other world and stepping into liminal spaces. A spell to speak with the ancestors. We don't do their spells. You need the card, a dark blue candle, and an incense of your choice. Alright, blue candles are all for healing. Not even. If you want to make a whole fucking ritual out of it, then light a white candle in front of one of their pictures. I don't think you need to focus that hard on them. I think if you could just close your eyes in prayer and bring their memory up, they would have a lot to say to you. As far as asking them to show their spirit in this world, invoking them to bring their spirit outside of you, that's a bit much. They lie within the memories and in the hearts, in your heart. Right? So my mother's, my dad's fathers and all those fucking assholes are calling me to their fucking, to fix their biological curses and all this shit. To free them from hell. I am their descendant, which means I carry their bloodline. Where I take it, they go with it. If I take it to hell, the bloodline goes to hell. If I take it to heaven, the bloodline is, redeemed. You are their redeemer of the past, or you will curse the future generations. It doesn't matter how mighty your father was. If you walked a cursed life, you cursed his works and the rest of your family and all your ancestors. They might have been great people, and that's what I said, is you fucking curse your ancestors. They came this far for you to curse their fucking names, your bloodline. The walk for you to walk the walk of fame. You sold your soul, your dignity, your skin color to be part of the mark of the beast. To be part of Forbes' list. To own an iPhone. To be part of a group. You gave up all of your dignity, everything your parents stood for, everything your ancestors stood for, just so you could stand in front of a bunch of people that don't care about you, don't accept you, and hopefully they'll like you. You shame your dad, bro. And you might need to take some time with them so they can talk to you about some of the shit that you need to do to get your life right. Because, yeah, while you're over there sucking dick and buying meth and fucking shooting up and lying on your phone and cheating on your taxes and calling into work, they're right next to you, bro, watching you. They don't stop you, they just watch you. They watch you ruin your life. And they can't do anything but cry from hell. You put the nail in Jesus's wrist every time you do this, is what they tell you. You hang him every time you hang yourself. That's how that works, guys. And that's what I told him. Rest in piss, Ryan. Rest in piss. All the work that we've done in all of the decades, all of the millennia, and you're gonna waste it away and fuck up your whole fucking existence in one life, you will start all over in the karmic wheel with no power. Can you do what I did? Can you reclaim all your power within 2 years? Can you reclaim all of your fucking divinity? I feel like you're going to be another Osiris. I'm going to have to be picking up your little itty-bitty pieces that you left all over eternity. You guys are disgusting. For the rest of you, God has a calling on your life, and you're not listening to the calling, and you're not living the life that He chose for you. How would I know? I'm Lilith. In the essence, that's what we're here to do, is to obey His calling on our lives. The rest of you don't. And that's what it was all about, is, Alexander the Great and all of these greats. You just want to be great. You want to be the greatest in the world. No lie. You want to be the goat, right? The sacrificial goat is what we're looking for here. Cool. Step up in it. Let us put all our sins in you, and we'll sacrifice you to God. That's how it works, right? You are the epitome of all of our sins placed into you. That's what the goat stands for. That's what we did. You would take your finest goat, put all your sins into it, and sacrifice it to God. Here's our finest, God. American Idols, take them. They're yours. A gift from us to you. Hang them as you did your son. Hang them, for they do not accept the payment of Christ. So make them pay for their sins. That's the fun part about all this. What is karma? A payment due. Because Jesus didn't pay for you. So you're going to pay for your sins in this life and in every life. And your children will pay. And their children will pay. And everybody will pay this price until it's paid in full. For the fool that you acted in this life, the sins that you caused. And that's to those that have sinned upon me. I must pay for my sins, and they must pay for theirs. There's a price to be paid. Jesus paid that price and we didn't honor that payment. So now we have to come out our pockets and pay the same price. Which is what? Crucifixion. Die to the flesh. And if you do such things, then you will be reborn in the Spirit, just as he said. We have to accept the payment that he told us. We have to walk in it. He didn't just do it, he showed us how it was done. It's not that simple. Simon. I was about to say simple Simon. Simon is known in the Bible as the magician, the sorcerer. It's not that simple, Simon. It's all you magicians and shit. Interesting. I'm gonna take this guy away because he's a little creepy, as they all are. All guys are creepy. Did you get a creepy vibe off that guy? Well, he is the carrier of death, you know. So I showed you all the carriers of death, and they're coming to carry you away. Into what? Hopefully, for most of you, just an ego death. Which is, you know, your mind is gonna die. You're going to be broken by your emotions. Your body might be killing you like us, and you might get an actual physical, you know, cold from it.
My ribs hurt.
Yeah. So, that's what's going on. What's going on? You're facing your Lilith. You're facing your Lilith. Hello. Hello. I did mine, and hopefully you can go through yours. Probably not as graceful because this is probably your first ego death. What does that mean? God's going to make you aware. He's going to open your eyes to a truth. And I think he already did. Obviously, that's what these cards are. They're just confirmation to what we're already going through. I'm just trying to get through it so that maybe tomorrow could be better, because we got to wake up early for doctor's appointments and shit. If not, we're going to wake up early and fucking be, you know, still doing shadow work at doctor's appointments, trying to hold it together. That's how it works. What's shadow work? Facing the parts of you that you deny, that are currently coming to the surface, that need healing, they need understanding, they need forgiveness, they need to be seen and heard, which are what? Your feelings and your thoughts. You might be see, I didn't even get no Oreos out of that. That's what I really need. Might need to get... Just kidding. Just kidding. Just kidding. Yeah, it happens. It's part of it. Becoming triggered and explosive and blowing up all over the place, and then having to pick pieces of you up and try to figure out what you just did and why you acted like that. That's life. That's life. That's just how it is. I mean, seriously, you have those moments. God pushes them to the surface. Why? For healing. I mean, I wish it didn't happen, but if I didn't blow up on you and tell you how I truly felt, then you wouldn't know the truth. And it wasn't just my truth, it was a godly truth. I had no reason to even walk past you, bitch. You were the only person I saw in that store among hundreds of people. Meaning, could I have took it out on someone else? I don't know. It was divinely orchestrated. It was a setup, bro. I walked right past him. And that's what it is God pushes it. He pushes all of this out. You know, going back to Royce. Royce is trying to hide over there, bro. He pushed that shit out. I haven't talked to Royce in months. I had them nigga blocked. He had me address him before I saw the fucking post. No, you tell that bitch. I'll tell bitch. I'll tell that bitch. And then again, they're getting very scared that I can send messages to them when when they haven't opened the chat line. I'm very magical. God said you're being a bitch. Wonder why we call you bitch. In the essence, you're failing. Those guys are failing to recognize the calling. I hope you guys don't do that. Recognize what God's trying to teach you. It will be just one thing, but it's a one thing always in a weekend, dude, that can be a catalyst to your life, bro. Meaning, if you let go of this one thing, you stand up to this one thing, you change this one thing, it's going to change many areas of your life. Those are the best, dude. You don't want to fucking cherry pick this and do little, you know what I mean? You don't want to pull out little teeth, bro. Pull out the big one. You know what I mean? If you're going to, you know, whatever's going to hurt the most, deal with that first. Why? Because it's very empowering, and after, you know, take out as much as you can take out. Kill two birds with one stone. I tried to teach you what it means. He's telling you what to let go of. A belief system, something in your material world, a relationship, lots of different things. There's so many things you need to let go of. He's telling you I show you plenty. Pick one, move on. Yes, it will be painful. We do this all the time. You will cry. You will be devastated about your decision, but you will later be proud of yourself for finally making a decision to empower yourself. Not making a decision to change is disempowering to your family, your ancestors, and your true essence. Staying bound to these things that God is telling you you need to let go of is disempowering yourself. I understand that you're afraid, but this is where the relationship starts with faith. When you do something brave and you fight that fear and you go into the nothing, that's when you're going to meet God. In one form or another, you're going to see that the universe is conspiring for your win, that it supported your idea, that it supported your decision, and it's going to show you love and support for the sacrifice that you made. Some of it could be creepy shit like fucking all the magical powers you get. You might become psychic, clairsenses, and all that shit. But they're always, a lot of mine are feathers and, wolf hair and shit. Fucking rabbit tails or squirrel tails and rabbit feet. Seriously, yeah, I have all that weird shit in my fucking in my altar. In the essence, it's like, the universe wants you, God, your ancestors, your loved ones want you to live a better life, but they can't force you. And when you make those moments, the crowd goes wild. And they're going to do whatever they can to, encourage you into that next moment. They want to keep pushing you to greatness. It's not just Kobe. I didn't have any family. I didn't have any of that. That's why I have the Holy Spirits, bro. My grandma comes when she can, but she wasn't helpful in life. She's not very helpful in the afterlife. It's just really what it was. They were karmic people. They can't guide me towards God when they didn't know the way. I take them with me as I find the way. It's a sad truth, but it is. My mom, I can't go to my mom in my quiet spaces and ask her for help because she was helpless in life. She wouldn't have been able to help me even if she was here. She wouldn't have known how to face these things because in her life she didn't face such things. She ran from such things. My biological family didn't break any curses. They weren't powerful. They can't give me the power or the knowledge, the wisdom, anything. They can show me love. That's it. I need something else. You know what I mean? I needed Kobe. I needed Pac. I needed the Holy Spirit. Real Holy Spirits to get me through the holy work. Some of you may have had some good ancestors that can guide you. I'm not saying you don't. Maybe you do. I just don't. I have a bunch of dead family members that were very karmic that, are on my side and, I drag along with me as I go through this. That's it. And as they die, more of them die, they end up being part of that, part of that fucking pool of bullshit that I drag along with me. My grandma was a terrible mother to her children. She tried to make up by being a generous grandmother with her money. But she couldn't buy her way back into heaven. She wasn't, you know what I mean? She had a relationship with God, but she didn't have a relationship with people. She was, that. So in essence, it's like she didn't get too far. You want to think that everybody got to heaven just because of the life they lived. Did they walk the Jesus walk? Okay, yeah. I don't think so. They're in a resting place, so they can come back and do that walk. Walk it like they talked it. You know what I mean? As far as hell, that'll determine your next, you know what I mean? Your next incarnation. There's nothing worse than this, I think. And all the places, God, and all eternities, I feel like this is the worst experience I've ever had. Earth? And that's it, is you have to, I have to change the vibration to make it on Earth. Guys, don't be bullshitting, bro. I live in a whole different consciousness that makes the world look prettier than it ever is. You could say I'm crazy, but I live in a higher vibrational consciousness. I live in an altered consciousness of, I see it through God's eyes. But then when I put on my own eyes, the Lilith, I'm like, oh, gross. What an awful fucking planet. What an awful state. You failed this fucking universe. You failed this existence. I really get God going on that. Like, oh, look at them. Look what you made. Tell me you don't make mistakes. This is a huge mistake. This whole thing is a big-ass mistake right here. Forgive them. I guess you better. And that's what I told you. When this all comes down, bro, when it all comes down and you take everything off, it comes down to you forgiving God. Fuck people, bro. When you realize that God gave you all this, and He's doing all this, and there ain't no devil, that He keeps fucking with your life like this, but that's where the relationship is because He forgives you and you forgive Him, and it's all about forgiveness between the two of you. But yeah, and I'm like, do I ask God for forgiveness? Not really. Like, I don't be like, oh, I'll look back and be like, damn, I could have done that better. That was pretty bad. I don't be like, God, I'm so ashamed. Please forgive me. I know I'm forgiven. I don't have to ask for something that's already mine. Forgiveness is mine. He's forgiven me. You know what I mean? He's not very pleased with me when I do things that I know better. You knew not to do that. I know, but I acted, and I didn't act in that knowing. You know, stuff like that. I'm a little bit of a wiener with Him. A little bit in the in-between with God. People hate my relationship with God. Trust me, I hate it too. I mean, it's just me and Him all forever. All over me, all the time. I'll be covered in God's. I'm in God's covering. Yeah, that's what they call it. He's like the outer shell, and I'm stuck inside of all this. I mean, in essence, this is His world. I'm just stuck in it, doing what He says. Otherwise, I can't get out. Thanks, God. You're so great. I love you. Oh, it's my daughter. This is my little girl. You good? So good. Get out of my face, God. Fuck. It's a great relationship. I hope you enjoy it. I hope He brings you joy and stuff. I mean, it's cool. It's just, not, not all the time, God. Not today, God. You'd be like, not today, Satan. I'd be like, not today, God. Not today, God. Fucking Satan. Where's this guy? Who's that guy? Who is worse than God out here, dude? There's nothing more powerful than my God. Alright, with that being said, you are going through the dark night of the soul, which is oceans of emotions, and don't forget to, share your possessions on your way out. Make you a living will. In essence, you shiesty motherfuckers. That was an earlier video. You really need to go and catch that. It's all in there. In the essence, it's stupid. You didn't even put your 2 cents in. You didn't even put your 2 cents in. You didn't even put your 2 cents in. That's what I heard. Hey, I'm done. I feel better. I'm gonna go crawl in bed. Laters, haters.